Hello guys, and happy holidays. Today's video is going to be a double toot. I've done this before in the past with a St. Patrick's Day double toot, where I did 2 looks in one, so I'm doing the same thing today, except today's look is inspired by Silver and Gold, a Christmas song from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I was really inspired by it, thinking about the song the other day, and plus I got a new ring light that does both cool tone settings and warm tone settings. So I decided to kind of play off of that and do silver and gold, meaning I would do a cool toned silver look and a warm toned gold look. So let me know in the comments which lighting you like better. I'm leaning towards the warm tones just because of my natural skin tone, but I really like the way these looks came out and I wanted to show them for you. So let's get into the tutorial. Starting off first with the silver look, obviously, and for that I'm using the Subculture palette, but really all it takes is a nice neutral mid-tone gray, I would say. This is the shade Mercury from the Subculture palette, and this is a kind of difficult palette to work with. Obviously, you've seen me use it a couple of times, and also it's pretty popular in, the sphere of the makeup world for being kind of hard to blend out. So if you feel like you can't do it, or you just don't want to deal with it, then feel free to just use something else. Really all you need is a nice basic gray tone shadow, and that's pretty much it. The style of blending is pretty much just packing it on in the crease with my Morphe M414 and then softly blending it out. This is the only color that I'm using in the crease, so I kind of use it in a way to blend it out so that it looks like a nice subtle transition. And we help this out by using the Tarte Pro Amazonian Clay palette, and I use the shade Vintage, which is a nice matte white, and I put that up in the brow bone, pressing it down with a flat brush, and then to kind of mimic a transition shade, I then take a fluffy brush, this is from Crown, it's very flimsy, and I use it to kind of blend everything out to create a gradient. Then dip into the Jaclyn Hill palette by Morphe, and this is the shade Hustle. And I'm going to take that on my middle finger, not flipping you off, just, ha ha ha, so funny. Anyway, I'm just putting this on the lid and just going about it kind of messily, because then I'm going to take this shade called Obsessed on a flat brush and just spraying it with some setting spray to the best of my ability, getting it all on my nose and stuff. But anyway, we're going to put this on the middle of the eye, kind of almost like creating a wet effect. This was easier to do with the warm toned look, as you'll see later, but this was hard to mimic, so I had to kind of makeshift my own little wet glossy effect. But anyway, just using your standard black liner in the upper waterline, and then just curling my lashes and going in with the Maybelline / Makeup Shayla Colossal Big Shot Mascara, and then using this white Kajal pencil from Essence on the inner rim. And this kind of helps to open up the eye, especially with such a cool toned look. It helps to make everything a little bit more bright as opposed to dark and sullen. And I didn't show my little lash case because it's disgusting. There's glue all over it. But those are the Ardell Wispies that I have on right now. Moving on to the face, I'm going in with the Angel Veil primer from NYX Cosmetics. This just helps to blur all pores and fine lines while giving the skin a nice matte, semi-matte finish. And then I go in with my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water to mist up the face and make it a little bit more dewy, but still, mattified. And this is my disgusting Sony Cash Look sponge, and today I'm going in with a mix of the NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation and the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. I love the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless, but it's a little bit too dark for me, and then the All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation is a little bit too light for me. It's like I'm more on the yellow, sickly side, so I like to mix these together to give that nice matte finish and give my skin that nice full coverage. To contour the face, I'm regrettably using the Cream Contour Kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Light, and just makes me look so gray, but we did it. We had to do it. And yeah, I just look so gray in it. But you know what? We did it, we made it, we still looked fine at the end of it. The pictures looked nice, And this is me regretting everything. But you know what? I still look good, so that's all that matters. To cover everything up, pretty much, I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer, not to be confused with the regular Born This Way concealer, which I've heard mixed reviews about. This one is more for the purpose of contouring and highlighting, specifically, so I'm using this to highlight. And you know what? It's pretty full coverage, so it hides my dark circles. I've been doing the dot effect recently because I just feel like I put on too much concealer and it kind of hides my natural features, so I've been going a little bit, relaxed with it. And then to set everything, I'm using my RCMA No Color Powder, and I'm just putting that on with a dry, tiny little sponge, just to bake a little bit, but quickly I wipe all of that off with a brush. This is from Crown as well. I think it's a C153 or something? 135? Whatever. Anyway. Then I go on to the bottom portion of the eye. This is just taking Mercury on this Morphe M507, and then I go straight to mascara. I don't really blend it out with any other colors. It's very basic, very natural, very easy for beginners. Now to kind of bronze up the face, I'm using the Smashbox bronzer in the shade Bronze Lights. It's a matte bronzer, by the way. And then to contour a little bit, I'm using this e.l.f. blush brush and the ABH contour kit, the powdered one, to set all of those contours in place. And then the age-old e.l.f. blush palette. This is a Target Up and Up blush brush, and I'm just putting on the very lightest pink onto the apples of my cheeks because it's a nice cool toned pink. And then just setting everything in place one more time, and I like to go in with my sponge and just buff out all of the damp, wet spots on the face so I don't get weird little spurts everywhere. And then this is the Starburst Highlighter from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's from the Sugar Glow Kit, which is still available. You can get it whenever you want. And I put that on the inner corners as well as all the high points of the face, not just on the cheeks. And then this is the NYX Lip Liner in Purple Rain. And this is a nice warm toned purple. It kind of reads more of like a mauve pink, so it's very wearable in my opinion, but it gives that nice dark deepness to the lips that I don't think you could really get with a nice neutral liner, so I use that. And then I go in with Whirl by MAC, which is more of a cool toned purple, but it has that nice little, shading effect. It makes my lips look a little bit deeper on the outsides, so I put that all over. On the outer corners specifically, and then I mix it in with the rest of my lips. Then I go over it with Dark Side by MAC, which is more of a shimmery lipstick, but it has more of the pinky Purple Rain vibe that we got from that NYX liner, so it's going to make the lips look a little bit more warm toned to balance out the cool tones that we have on the rest of the face. And then I go over it with the Most Gloss from Dose of Colors from the Desi X Katie collection round 2. And this has all of those nice purple and pink glitter reflex in it, which really helps to balance out all of the colors in the lips. And that is it for the silver part of this double toot. Now we're moving on to the gold part of our silver and gold double toot. I am going to go ahead and just use one palette for this look, so a little bit easier on you guys. I'm going to take the shade Churro, which is that nice deep warm brown that we got going on, and I'm using the same brush that I used for the other look, which is the Morphe M414, and I'm doing the same exact technique where I'm just packing it on. Then once it's all packed on, I blend it out in kind of a, winged out look. I didn't want to do that for all these looks, but you know what, it just always ends up happening. So you know what, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to roll with it. And I'm pretty much just putting that all in the crease and blending it out. But for this look, I'm using one more shadow than I did for the other one, taking the shade Basic on the same fluffy brush I used for, the mixing and matching that I did for the last look, and using that to blend out the crease color a little bit more. And then I take the shade Just the Kiss, which is a nice little glitter overcoat, I would say, that makes everything look really glossy, and I'm just putting that all over the lid as my one little shimmer color. And then for the inner waterline, I'm actually using the brown from the dual-sided Ulta Beauty liner. I wanted to do brown instead of black just to make it a little bit less harsh on the eye. And using the same mascara, this is the Maybelline Colossal Big Shot, if you need a reminder, in collaboration with Makeup Shayla. And then this is pretty old, I'm not sure if it's still available, but it's a Clinique Eye Pencil, and it's like a shimmery copper brown. And I'm putting that in the waterline not to really open up the eye, but to add a little bit of reflect and bronze shimmer. And then for lashes, I'm using the Ardell 600 Wispies. These are a little bit more piecey and they look a little bit more like choppy, but I thought it looked pretty nice with this look. I was a little bit unsure about it, but I ended up really liking it. But anyway, moving on to the face, I am using the NYX Photo Finish green primer, and I'm just putting that on the center of my face, covering up my redness. And this is the Pixie Rose Glow Mist. It's a little bit more of a newer product. I kind of just shake that up and put it all over the face. It's really nice. It adds a nice dewy look to the skin and also just really hydrates my skin as well. I wanted to use a bunch of different new products for this look. Not new, but you know, just not using the same exact ones. So for foundation, I'm using a mix of the Pro Glow foundation from L'Oreal and their Infallible line mixed with the e.l.f. Flawless Finish foundation. One's really glowy, one's really matte, so they create a nice little balance together. And then to keep up with the bronzy tones, I'm using this Tarte Clay Stick foundation. Much better of a cream contour. This is going to make everything pretty bronzy instead of, you know, more of that cool toned look that we had going on in the last one. Plus it blends out so much better, so I was just a little bit happier to use that instead. But we're just going to go ahead and use the same exact concealer for this look, just because it's, you know, it's all the same, really, just highlighting. It's in the shade Almond, by the way, if you guys were curious. Not sure if we all have the same skin tone, but it is a little bit of an idea if you feel like you have the same skin tone as me. And using the same RC May No Color powder, but I'm not baking for this part of the look. I don't know why I didn't do it the same. I just wanted to shake things up a little bit, keep you guys on your toes. But yeah, using the same Morphe M507, I put Churro under the waterline, didn't really blend it out with any other color. Just put that, and then I used Just a Kiss on the inner corner as well, the glitter top coat that we had going on. And doing the same bronze with the bronze lights from Smashbox in the same pattern, and also the same contour kit from ABH, Anastasia Beverly Hills, just to carve out the cheeks a little bit more. And then I was a little conflicted at first. I wanted to use the bronzy blush from the e.l.f. quad, but instead I decided to do the red to match my lips, which we will see in a little bit. Or if you're following from the intro, you know what it is. But yeah, just spraying my face one more time, just to make sure that the highlighter, you know, melts with the skin a little bit better and looks a little bit more dewy and wet as opposed to just powder on the skin. Especially with the e.l.f. foundation, I find that powder clings to it a lot. It just makes your skin feel very dry. It doesn't look cakey, but it just, you know, it feels dry. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and for the lips, this is the Plush Red lip liner from NYX. It's really nice and creamy, and it's just a basic red too. It's just, you know, more of like a cool toned red to kind of offset the bronzy tones that we have going on in the face and the eyes. I decided to do more of a cool toned red, and that's the e.l.f. Ravishing Rose lipstick. I think it's still available. I hope so. And then going ahead with the Over the Top gloss from Dose of Colors Desi X Katie collection, part 1 and 2, to round out the look. Has nice gold reflex to it, and that is part 2 of my silver and gold makeup tutorial. I hope you guys liked these looks. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Happy holidays and take care.